in the frozen heart of the Ice Age, where mammoths roamed and glaciers carved the land. There was another giant that ruled the tundra. Its massive horns sliced through snowstorms, its thick fur shielded it from the bitter cold, and its sheer strength made it one of the most resilient creatures to ever walk the earth. This was Colodonta antiquitatis, the woolly rhinoceros, a true survivor of the Ice Age. For nearly 500,000 years, the woolly rhino endured some of the harshest climates our planet has ever seen. It lived alongside giants like the woolly mammoth, the cave lion, and even early humans. Yet, despite its power and resilience, it vanished, just as the Ice Age came to an end. Today, we'll uncover how this incredible beast lived, thrived, and disappeared, and why it remains one of the most fascinating survivors of the prehistoric world. The world of the woolly rhino was unforgiving. Imagine vast, treeless plains stretching from Western Europe to the frozen edges of Siberia. Winds howled across icy ground, sculpting ridges of snow taller than a man. The temperature could drop below -40 degrees Celsius, and food was scarce. But for the woolly rhinoceros, this was home. Its body was built for survival. Standing up to 6 feet tall at the shoulder and weighing nearly 3 tons, it rivaled a modern white rhino in size. Its dense coat of long, shaggy hair trapped warmth close to the skin, while a thick layer of fat underneath provided insulation against the cold. The most striking feature was its enormous front horn, sometimes reaching over 3 feet in length. Unlike the horns of modern rhinos, this one wasn't used just for fighting, it was an all-purpose tool. During long winters, the woolly rhino swept its head side to side, using its horn to clear snow and uncover frozen grasses beneath. This behavior left deep, circular marks in the Ice Age tundra, fossilized in permafrost to this day. Its wide mouth and large, flat teeth were perfect for grazing on tough steppe vegetation. In a world without trees, these hardy grasses were the rhino's lifeline. And where mammoths would strip bark and push over shrubs, the woolly rhino ruled the open plains, feeding wherever the snow was thin enough to reach the ground. But the Ice Age wasn't just a time of survival. It was a time of predators. The woolly rhino's world was filled with danger at every turn. Cave lions stalked herds in the shadows of glaciers, packs of dire wolves and hyenas roamed the tundra. Even the scimitar-toothed cats, extinct cousins of the saber-tooth, were bold enough to attack the young and weak. And then there were humans. The earliest Homo sapiens and Neanderthals lived alongside the woolly rhinoceros. They painted it on cave walls, carved its image into bone and ivory, and likely feared it as much as they admired it. One wrong step near a grazing herd could mean being impaled by a horn thicker than a man's leg. But humans were patient hunters. With time, they learned the patterns of this Ice Age titan. Spears tipped with stone, thrown in groups, could bring down even a beast of this size. Fossil evidence shows that humans used woolly rhino hides for shelter and meat for survival. In some frozen sites in Siberia, their remains lie side by side, predator and prey, bound together by necessity and survival. Still, the woolly rhinoceros wasn't a helpless victim. Its horn was a weapon as much as a tool. When threatened, it could charge at incredible speed, using its bulk to crush or gore attackers. The thick fur around its neck acted as natural armor, absorbing blows and protecting vital arteries, but strength alone couldn't save it from what was coming. Around 14,000 years ago, the Ice Age began to thaw. Glaciers retreated, temperatures rose, and the great mammoth steppe began to disappear. Wetlands replaced tundra, forests spread, and the grassy plains that once fed entire herds turned into swamps and woodland. Their food vanished, and with it, their world. The changing climate didn't just make life harder, it fragmented their habitat. Populations that once stretched across continents were cut off into isolated pockets. Some groups may have survived longer in northern Siberia, but their numbers dwindled fast. At the same time, human hunting pressure intensified. Early humans had perfected their weapons and organized hunts. For a species already pushed to the edge by climate change, even limited hunting could have been the final blow. Within a few thousand years, the woolly rhinoceros was gone. What makes its story so haunting is how much of it remains preserved. Unlike most Ice Age creatures, its remains are astonishingly intact. In the frozen soils of Siberia, entire carcasses have been discovered with fur still clinging to the skin, muscles frozen in place, and horns perfectly preserved. One specimen, found in 2020, was so well preserved that even its internal organs were visible. The ancient ice had sealed it in time, a silent witness from a world that no longer exists. From these discoveries, scientists have reconstructed nearly every detail of its anatomy, even its coloration. Studies show that its fur wasn't pure white like snow, but a dusty brown, blending with the tundra to camouflage it from predators. DNA analysis revealed that its closest living relative is the Sumatran rhinoceros, a small, shaggy-haired species now critically endangered. In a strange twist, the tiniest of today's rhinos shares ancestry with the largest and hairiest of the Ice Age. And perhaps most remarkable of all, preserved DNA from woolly rhino fossils is so complete that scientists are studying it to understand how it survived such extreme cold. Yet, despite all this knowledge, one mystery remains. Why did it really disappear? Some scientists argue that climate change alone was enough, cutting off its food supply. Others believe human hunting pushed it over the edge. The truth likely lies somewhere in between, a tragic combination of both. Whatever the cause, its extinction marked the end of an era. When the last woolly rhino fell, so too did the Ice Age giants that defined prehistoric Europe and Asia. Mammoths, giant deer, and cave lions would soon follow. The great plains of ice and snow became forests once again, and the age of humans began. Still, the woolly rhino's legacy didn't vanish completely. Across the frozen north, legends of massive, fur-covered beasts with great horns lived on. Ancient people may have unearthed rhino bones and mistaken them for mythical creatures. In some cultures, they inspired tales of unicorns, not delicate horses with spiraled horns, but massive beasts that once ruled the tundra. And in a way, that legacy continues. The woolly rhino stands as a reminder of what the world once was: raw, untamed, and brutally beautiful. A world where survival depended on strength, instinct, and endurance. Today, as we face our own changing climate, the story of the woolly rhino feels closer than ever. It's a reminder that no species, no matter how powerful, is immune to change. The Ice Age survivors once ruled the Earth, but even they couldn't stop time. In the end, the woolly rhinoceros wasn't just a relic of the Ice Age. It was proof of life's resilience in the face of unimaginable cold. And though it's gone, its frozen remains whisper a story that still echoes through the ages. A story of endurance, evolution, and the fine line between survival and extinction,